Hi, I'm Darren. Welcome to the video. In this Kartra tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create forms in Kartra and increase opt-in rates. Now, the actual increasing of opt-in rates we'll get into as we're building the form. Now, I'm going to show you how I go about building the form, and I'll explain why I'm doing that as I'm going along. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a sequence. So we need to go to Communications, and then we're going to go to Communications again, and then we're going to go to Sequences. And we're going to basically click on the big green button and create a new sequence. So the name of the sequence, okay, we're going to call it relevant to whatever it is that we're doing. Now that's already showing up as something because I recorded this and it crashed, so I've got to record it again. So we're going to call it something that's relevant to our sequence and our marketing, okay. So this is all going to be about the keto from this whole series that I'm putting together here. It's all about creating a marketing campaign around the keto diet. So I'm just going to literally call mine the keto diet. Now, the public description, that's going to be when people want to unsubscribe from your list, and they'll land on this page where it says unsubscribe, but it will tell them what they subscribed for in the first place. So again, I'd already put it in. So because I know that my keto campaign is going to have a free video series, I'm going to put you subscribe to my free video series. So that will basically jog their memory when they sort of go to unsubscribe. We'll click create. Okay, so now that the sequence builder's loaded up, okay, we're going to do one thing, okay. We're going to create an email. And we're not really going to do anything with that email at this moment in time, other than we're just going to create it and then set it live. So this is going to ask us what we want to do, with this email. So we're going to send it right after the previous step. So basically what that means is the moment they opt in and they start, they start the sequence, i.e. they get tagged and they get added to this sequence, this email will go out. So we're going to choose right after the previous step, and we're going to click next. We're going to leave this checked as it is. So if yours isn't checked Monday through to Sunday, then make sure that they're all checked, and any time of the day. So the name of the broadcast. So this is basically what the name of the email is. Okay. So what I always put this in, I call it day 0. And I call it the welcome email. Okay, that's again just for my reference, and it'll be for your reference too when you create it. Now the gateway, okay, the gateway is the Kartra mail, and obviously it's all of our details here. Now that you've got your personal domain, you're going to put that in here. So you'll basically put your domain, your email from your domain in there, okay? And I'll show you where you can actually go and amend that so it pre-populates all the time. So I'll put my name in. Once you've done that, you then click next. Now this is basically where you start the automation. So it's basically saying send if. So shall I send this email if? So what we're going to do is the first one will be subscribe to a list, and select the list, and obviously it's just going to be called the main list and we'll add that. Then it's going to ask us, and so do you want something else? So we'll put something else in there. We'll say has a tag. The category is going to be the keto campaign, and obviously your category will be completely different. And then we're going to select the tag and we're going to select the keto tag. So once all that's done, you basically only really want like your two tags. You can basically put a third one in there if you want to, which is basically filled out the form, but we've not built the form yet, so we'll just have those as those two tags. We're going to click next. It's going to ask you if you want to split test it, so for now we won't. We'll just put a single email, click next, and then it's going to ask us to create the email. Now all I do at this moment in time, because I say we just need this, I'm going to put test. If you don't put anything in there, it does not really allow you to save it. Okay, so we're going to click next. Automation, we don't want any automations for it, and then we're going to click save, and then we're going to click activate. Now it doesn't matter at this moment in time because we are obviously going to go back and we're going to create our sequence a little bit later on. For now we just need to be building that web page. So once we've done that, we click done and exit, and you'll see why I've done this first now, because when we build our form it's going to ask us about a sequence. Okay, and if you haven't done that, you have to save the form, go back, do your sequence, come back and finish your form, so you're backwards and forwards all the time, which is obviously wasting time. So once we've created the sequence, and if you remember in a couple of videos back we created the list and we also created our thank you pages. Okay, we're now going to go ahead and we're going to create a form. So again, naming the form, this is for your reference only. Okay, so mine's going to be called the keto form. Okay, so we're now into the actual form builder itself. Now we're not going to customize the form at this moment in time. We're just building the skeleton of the form. Now let's talk about increasing your opt-in rates, and we're also going to talk about conversions before we move on with this. What I always like to do, okay, I keep my form exactly as it is. Now some people just have email address. Some people have first name and email address, but I've got first name, email address, and both of those fields are mandatory. They have to fill them in, and the reason why I do that is because my conversions are going to be a lot better. Not so much the opt-in rates, okay. I prefer to work on conversions because you can basically make more money with a smaller list if those people actually want you to come into your list for what you've got to say or what you've got to offer, because you can create an opt-in page and you can get conversions or like opt-in rates, if you like, of about 90%, but the conversion rates on the back end of those people aren't going to be that good. So what I always do, I always have the first name as mandatory. You have to fill that in. The thing that I change here is the email address, okay, this placeholder here. And what I always do is I just type in best email address. You can also add something else to it as well, so I'll put brackets and put this allows us to deliver your gift, but obviously you would put something in there that's relative to in fact what I'll do is I'll type that in video series, because that's what they're opting in for. Okay, so best email address, this allows us to deliver your video series. That's what I'm offering. Okay, so I want people who opt into that, I want them to have that. I don't really want freebie seekers on my list. So this will basically get your opt-in rates higher, and if you really wanted some better conversions, then I would have keep your first name in there and make it mandatory. If you want higher opt-in rates still, but the conversion rates are probably not going to be as good, I would get rid of the name field. But me personally, I always keep the name field and I always have it as mandatory. So there are a few little things that you can do to like increase conversions and increase opt-in rates. Unfortunately, they don't tend to go hand in hand, okay? We'll click save. And then we'll click save and next. So confirmation, single opt-in or double opt-in. If you don't know, single opt-in basically means as soon as they opt into this form, they get sent to our pages. A double opt-in means that they have to go to their email first to click a link to say, yes, I want to have these. I want to have these emails. There's been a lot of studies done on that, and again, to get like more conversions and basically people, you know, to read your emails more, it's better to have it as a single opt-in, because a lot of people won't go and click that extra link sort of thing. So I always keep mine as single opt-in. Now this is where we created the pages a few videos back. So we're going to choose the destination page. This is going to be your thank you page. So I'm going to choose the thank you page 001. Now in a previous video I spoke about when I create my thank you pages, I always create two. The first one's like a bridge page telling them to go and check their emails. The second one is basically where they get their gift, okay? I do go over it in a little bit more in depth in that video, and I will be talking about it when we actually create the funnel. We'll put the whole funnel together in a later video. So we're going to click on save, and we're going to click on save and next. We don't want to be sending a message because they're gonna be added to our automation. Now this is really where it all starts to kick into place. So we had to create the tag and we had to create the list back in a few videos back, and we've now just created our sequence, and that's why we create the sequence first before the form, because it's going to ask us to have this. So we're going to say yes, assign a tag. The keto campaign, and we've only got one tag in there, so we're going to have the keto tag, and we're going to add that, and then we're going to subscribe them to a list as well, which again we've only got one list, which is what I recommend. Other people like to have many different lists. I have one main list and I just basically tag everybody that comes in. It saves money and it makes it easier to do a lot of housekeeping. And the final thing we're going to do is we're going to subscribe them to that sequence that we've just created. So we're going to, again, it's going to be the keto sequence, and it's going to be that welcome email, day 0 welcome, and we're going to click add, and then we're going to click save and exit. Where will you be planning to display this form? You're going to use it in one of your Kartra pages, and that's top one here. So we're going to click save, and then we're going to click save and next. And that is basically it. That is your form now created. We can now add that form to our pages when we build capture pages, and I'm going to be talking about building a capture page next in the next video, because we're going to go through the whole sequence. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.